11. It's FC Dallas who will kick off in their all-white kits with their hooped white and blue socks. They'll be attacking to the left across your screen. Crew in their traditional away kits will be attacking to your right. This referee, Jonathan Sowers out of Alabama, not happy with the kickoff, so we're going to do it again. And on take two, we're underway. Match day 1 in the U-16-17 Development Academy playoffs. FC Dallas vying to get back to the top, but this is a Crew side that is very capable of springing an upset. Crew SC coming into these playoffs on the back of a very good run, 4-0-1 in their last 5 games, including a 1-0 win to end the season against Crew Wolves out of Michigan. Chifamba runs out of bounds with it. Chifamba, 2003, playing his first game with the 16-17s, the U-16 International. So many players on this field have represented the U.S. national team at various age groups. Some of them were just in camp in June, right before these playoffs. And this is Gomez, has 20 goals on the season. Played across, and rather behind the FC Dallas attacker. Crew will have a chance to clear. And very smart to keep that ball and play it out of the back, but it's intercepted by Julian Hinojosa. That's wonderful skill from Radic. Gets it back to Hernandez. And it's possession first from FC Dallas as they have it with their center back Carrera. This is Hernandez. Carrera will get it across to his center back partner. Oh, and Latef dispossessed. And this could be a chance for Horton. Horton's in 2-on-1. Oh, he slipped at a very inopportune moment. Still able to play across, but FC Dallas able to crowd it out and snuff out the danger. Still something might be on here. This is Crowell. He's looking to set up the cross. First one was blocked, second attempt. Good skill in tight spaces from Crowell. And Crew didn't get the chance they wanted, but able to keep possession of the ball. Head coach Andreas Engelmark said, "We know we might not have the ball a lot in this match against FC Dallas, but when we do, it's important that we try and attack them." But it's the Texas side to go the other way. One right back by Crew. Testament won it back for FC Dallas, and this is Radic. Radzic still with it. Flings it to the far side for Saley. Saley has runners. He elects to have a go. A speculative effort at best, but it is the first opportunity of the game. FC Dallas showing how quickly they can turn defense into attack. It's a good determined run by Radzic to open up that space and then float it over for Saley. Him and Radzic were the two players that were in the U-16 boys national team camp at the beginning of June. Such firepower up top for this FC Dallas side. Have Gomez with 20 goals, Radzic with 15, and Sealy with 11. Tessman provides the pressure, forces the ball all the way back to Hansen. Crew coaching staff saying that Hansen has really improved in his second season in the Development Academy. It's one back by Hernandez. Gomez gets it out wide. Radzic on the charge again, looking to measure across. Not a bad ball in. It's the Crew who are first to it. The call from Luchi Gonzalez is to rotate it. And yet FC Dallas look to continue to build down this left-hand side. Now Tessman will bring it back, and Radzic will look to switch and plays it right to a Crew defender. It's Crowell. Turns. Skips by one. Good close control. Eventually bodied off the ball by Hernandez, and it's Radzic who overtakes. Off to Sealy. He's bumped off it. And Chifamba goes down and wins the free kick. Good look at referee Jonathan Sowers out of Alabama. Dante Sealy has had the game's only shot so far, but was unable to keep his effort down. Lemcool plays it short. Noah Hall, U-16 international, looking to engineer half yard of space to get the cross off, and he does. It's a dangerous ball in. And still something might be on, and the shot dragged across, but Collodi was well positioned to make the save. Excellent work from Crow to get on that ball, and the second opportunity after the cross came in from Noah Hall. Outside back, so good at getting forward. And Crow had the right idea, trying to put it to the far post. Just couldn't get it with enough pace across the face of Collodi. Carrera will guide it back to Collodi. Another U.S. Youth National Team player will get it out wide. Long ball looking for Sally, gets caught up in the wind. Here's the chance for Crow. First opportunity, did well to let it settle and then just dragged his shot a bit. You can see he wanted that one back, knows he needs to hit it with a bit more purchase. A great effort to get himself open for that shot. Tessman, beautifully weighted ball into the channel for Radzic to latch onto it. Radzic, Hall policing him. Radzic able to square up. He goes down, but it was a fair challenge. Chifamba will play it to Berhalter. Tessman for FC Dallas. Hinojosa, oh, beautiful ball in, and the header just wide from Benny Radzic. 15-year-old from Carrollton was in a good position, just couldn't snap his neck around it, but Hinojosa, a great cross to get it into him, beautifully measured, right onto the head of Radzic. And both outside backs on this near side have proved dangerous early on. It was Hall setting up the chance for the Crew, and at the other end, it was Hinojosa for FC Dallas. Outside backs, of course, so important in terms of attacking in the modern game. All started with those marauding Brazilians and the likes of Cafu and Roberto Carlos, who, in my opinion, really ushered in the age of the wingback. Hernandez slips it inside. Running out of bounds with it was Gomez, but referee Jonathan Sowers will bring this one back for a free kick. Sowers flanked by Selma Perez on the near side, and Stephen Whalen on the far. The fourth official is Wesley Costa. As Hinojosa getting forward in space, picks up his head. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with it. Delightfully put right onto the cross of Radzic. Just needs a bit more strength in those neck muscles to snap his head around. Knows something about scoring though, Radzic. 15 goals in just 18 games so far this season for the 15-year-old out of Carrollton, Texas. Back on the far side. That's great work by Anthony Samways. Head coach Andreas Engelmark saying Samways is so good in tight spaces, and you saw that there. Not only winning that ball, but the free kick for Crew SC. So the side from the Ohio Capitol to bring it forward. Hall. Thomas Marusek thumps it clear. Wolf was battling for it. Now getting on the end of it is Horton. He's bumped off the ball. Carrera did so well not only to fight for it, but to stand up so he wouldn't be called for dangerous play, and eventually wins it back for FCD. Judson Burns plays it across. Long ball forward for Tanner Tessman to get on the end of it. Tessman trying to track it down. Runs out of real estate on the far side. Tessman joined in 2015, stepped up this year from the U-15 pre-academy. And something FC Dallas and the Crew and so many of these clubs in the development academy do so well is they have a lot of feeder clubs, pre-academy clubs for players who are just on the fringes to prove their worth and get their shots with the academy. So even if you don't make it 1 year, you still have a chance to develop and work your way in. As Hinojosa puts another ball into the danger area, but this one clipped away. It was Maruzek once again. And this time, Carrera will play it back to Collodi. Collodi, who's lifted the trophy with what was then the 15-16 side the last few years. Burns plays catch with his keeper. Still no score in the 11th minute. There have been chances at both ends. Collodi has already been called into action to save a shot from Krau. And Berhalter wins it back, but is promptly stripped of the ball. Leitev. Carrera. Redzic, marshaled by 3 Crew defenders, was forced to go back with it. It's an FC Dallas side, even under high pressure, they never seem to be flustered. And of course, right as I say that, heavy touch under pressure almost gives the ball back to the Crew, but the ball will remain with FC Dallas via the throw-in. This one of just 39 games today. It's the start of the U-16-17 playoffs, as well as showcase action across the Development Academy. And over these 2 weeks of the Development Academy playoffs and the showcase on both the boys and girls side, over 6,900 players from 410 teams will descend on the SoCal Sports Complex here in Oceanside, California for matches. This is the first of 2 feature games we will bring to you today here on USSoccerDA.com. It's coming up at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. It'll be Pateadores from Costa Mesa, California, facing off against Sporting Kansas City, also in the U-16-17 playoffs. Noah Hall with the throw-in. Flicked up by Wolf. Hall and Wolf, 2 players who were bought up from the U-15s for these playoffs. Another player, Chifamba, bought up as well, gets it out wide. Good patient build-up from both of these sides, showing their propension for the ability to play out of traffic. That's a lovely turn from Berhalter. Hall stepping in, venturing forward and winning the foul. Excellent work from the right back, Noah Hall. Lemkool is already committed to play his college ball at Cornell. Lemkool frustrated there was nobody to receive that ball cleanly on the wing, and it will be a throw-in for Julian Hinojosa. Has spent time in the U-16 national team camps. 17-year-old Hinojosa. As Gomez flicks it on. Leitev couldn't get there in time, but Gomez wins it back. Oh, that's a great idea into the gap. But getting there first is Samways, and he'll get it back from his keeper. Samways under pressure from Redzic. Still able to keep the ball, Samways. Redzic does enough to help FC Dallas win it back. Samways was running out of bounds, had to try and keep it in. Good recovery speed from Hinojosa to get there before Wolf. And It's Carrera to quarterback the attack for FC Dallas once again in the 15th minute. Oh, beautiful one-touch passing on the far side. Celia's popped up on the near wing. Has Hinojosa for company. Likes to take the inside route. Hernandez. Hinojosa. Cry from Luchi Gonzalez on the benches to keep up this tempo, continue to share the ball, keep moving it. Hinojosa skips past Hall, puts in the cross. Still something could be on here at the back post, and Celia was falling over as he tried to shoot it. The shot charged down, and a free kick given to Crew. Celia's been dangerous early on, created one shooting opportunity for himself, and even though he didn't get that shot off, did well enough to sort his feet out just to even get an attempt on that go-around. The free kick taken short. Crew committed to working the ball out of the back, and they'll do it through Lemkool. Finds Berhalter. Hall turns. Celia does a great job tracking back from his forward position to win the ball for FC Dallas. Tessman trying to knife his way through, but he can't get away from Chifamba. He spins and gallops into space. Quickly closed down by Letef. And Chifamba rather played it in between Wolf and Samways, and it will go out for a throw-in for FC Dallas in the 17th minute. Oh, it's won by Wolf. Wolf is in. He's got Horton in the center. And stepping into the passing lane, and crucially so, was Judson Burns. Read it beautifully. And perhaps Wolf will think that he might have wanted to take that himself. Tyler Wolf, who spent half the season with the U-15 side and half the season with the 16-17s, has 13 goals overall, 6 of them coming for these 16-17s. It's Berhalter with an outswinger from the near side. It's a great ball, and the header cleared away at the near post. If ever you needed an example of why you put a player on the post, there it was. Lemkool. It's it forward. Horton was bundled over. Thought he should have gotten the benefit of the referee's whistle, but it stays silent. Burns just made a very important interception moments ago to keep this game at 0-0. The 19th minute. It's sort of his center back partner, and now it's out to Hinojosa. Hinojosa's ball was deflected, and that's tremendous skill by Lemkool to keep it in, but not the best decision in trying to play it back as Gomez steps in. Gomez gets around one. It's Gomez! Needed to at least get that shot across the face of goal. The man who has 20 goals this season knows that a better shot might have been 21 on that occasion, but great pressure once again. You can see how Dallas defend from the front, try and win that ball back as quickly as possible. Gomez got on the end of that mistake and almost made them pay the ultimate price. '20th minute. Colodi gets it across to Burns. Lovely 1-2 to open up space on the far flank. Gomez making the run into the channel. He's one-on-one with Maruzak. Gomez! Clipped the crossbar on its way over. Well, he has such a quick acceleration, Johan Gomez. One moment you're side by side with him, 2 or 3 quick bursts, and he's got a step on you. And a great first touch to create that separation from himself and Maruzak. And that shot almost flew past Hansen in the Crew SC goal. These are two of the most productive sides in terms of producing players for their respective first teams. FC Dallas have signed 22 players to homegrown contracts, and the Crew to 11. And on top of that, Will Trapp is the first ever homegrown player to become the captain for his club. And perhaps one of the coolest things I've ever seen in the Development Academy was before the 17-18s kicked off for their first home match of the season against their rivals in Crew Wolves, Will Trapp and a couple other first team players who had come over to watch the academy players play after first team training got into the huddle with them. Really showed that sense of family and the fact that these players really are around the first team. There's a yellow card issued on that challenge, and it's going to go to Berhalter. So it'll be a free kick to FC Dallas. This one on the penalty spot, and it skips all the way through. Saley trying to track it down and does a good job to keep it from going out. Space for Lateef to measure across. Rather got hung up in the air, but something still might be on here. Hooked away. Now Bonilla stepping in. Bonilla was looking to continue his run, but Tessman was stripped of the ball. And it's Bonilla who's fighting for it and wins it back for FC Dallas. And Bonilla wrestled to the ground. The assistant referee, Stephen Whalen's flag went up. So it'll be a free kick for FC Dallas on the far side. So a chance for FC Dallas in the 23rd minute on another set piece. It's Benny Redzic who's over it. Redzic has been with FC Dallas his entire career. That one doesn't beat the first defender. Lemkool chests it down. Flies past the first challenge and gets it out wide to Samways. Samways did just enough to keep it in, but then it went out off of Lemkool. It'll be a throw-in on the far side. This is the 11th year of the Development Academy, program which has grown from 2,500 boys in the inaugural season back in 2007 to over 19,000 boys and girls over that 11-year period. FC Dallas have been kings of the academy 4 times at 2 different levels. As we alluded to, what was then the 15-16s won in both 2015 and 2016 before making it back to the finals in 2017 and being close to a repeat. The 2017-18s, which are now the 18-19s, won in 2012 and 2016, and with that double, FC Dallas really were the kings of the academy. It's FC Dallas, one of the few teams who have had their clubs in each age group make the playoffs every single year. Redzic unable to get inside Hall. A good battle between 2 national team players. Hinojosa steps into the fray. Dispossessed by Chifamba. Pop forward and neatly brought down by Wolf. Sprays it over the far side. Berhalter's asking for it in the center. Bonilla comes in with a sliding challenge. Samway flies onto the ball. Crow trying to find some space on that far wing. Sliding challenge, had to get it exactly right or else it would have been a free kick. In the end, not only is it a good challenge, but it wins the throw-in for Dallas. Smart decision from Lemkool. And the crew will recycle their runs as we head into the 26th minute. It's Maruzic to bring it forward. Hall lost out to Sealy. So impressed with Sealy and Redzic and their willingness to come back and help defend. This is Sealy. Was policed by 3 Crew SC players and almost found his way out of it. As Horton was unable to bring that ball down. Tessman right onto the foot of Gomez. And he got the ball by his man, but couldn't get by him himself. Wins the free kick though. And Gomez frustrated. He felt there was a real denial of the scoring opportunity. Had he gotten around, he would have been in space. Player who's already hit the crossbar this afternoon, Johan Gomez. As Sealy takes the ball away. Here it is. It was a great turn. And defender knew he was beat and said, well, the ball's going to get by me, but not both. There's a smart tactical foul as well, but now a free kick to deal with from Dante Sealy. Flights the ball to the back post, headed away by Hall. Chance at the top of the box, and Hernandez scuffed his shot. Falls for Hinojosa. Waltzes his way through the defense and gets it off for Hernandez. Clip to the far side, looking for the run of Burns. Now Sealy trying to get on the end of it. And Sealy's brought down. And this one's just crying out to be hit. Free kick at a very dangerous position for FC Dallas. Last one was a bit too far and a bit too wide for it to be a direct shot on goal. This, however, right at the top of the box and a good angle where you can try and catch the keeper at his near post, or if you have that skill, whip it around to the far. Sealy, Redzic, and Gomez, the top of that 4-3-3, have been very busy and very dangerous for FC Dallas inside the opening half hour. Gomez, Tessman, and Sealy are the main characters in this plot. And it's going to be Sealy underneath the wall, but wide. Well, I think he was watching the World Cup. It was a goal scored exactly like that, where the shot went right underneath the wall and snuck in from Colombia. He was right that the wall did jump, just didn't have the pace or direction to beat Hansen in the Crew goal. Beautiful one-touch passing and skill from Horton. And it's into the gap for Crowd to chase. In a foot race with Bonilla, who wins out. Gets it back to Collodi. Great distribution from Collodi. Not a bad idea, just a missed touch from Dante Sealy, who's been heavily involved. It's been a really fun game to watch so far inside the first 29 minutes. Both teams possessing and moving the ball around well. Very technical, and you can see the ideas turning in their heads, just trying to execute them. They've done that well under high pressure. So this one off of Hall last, the assistant referee's point of view. Ball stepped in by Lemkool. Ball landing on the scaffolding just ahead, above me. Hinojosa's throwing. And it's cleared away by Lemkool again, winning everything in the air. Creeping toward the half-hour mark in Oceanside. 0-0 on match day 1 in Group F between the #1 seed FC Dallas and Crew SC. This is ball in, and Gomez just unable to reach it. It's a great look, though. Tremendous vision to find that run of Gomez, and just a bit too deep in the end. Gomez has gotten very close to being on the end of things. And Mitchell Hansen will breathe a sigh of relief as he takes this goal kick. 23rd start of the season in goal for Hansen. This one off of Latef last. That'll be a throw for Crew. Good look at Noah Hall out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Horton wins the foul on Carrera. Marusik gets it across for Beatty. Berhalter unable to keep it in on the far side. It's an FC Dallas side that's very patient. They don't get frustrated even if they're not finding the chances that they want. Had to wait until the 90th minute for their game winner in their final game of the regular season against Solar. Luis Cruz, who's on the bench today, scoring that goal. Pushed Dallas to finish their season 23-1-1. Best record at the 16-17 level in the U.S. Soccer Development Academy. Berhalter, lovely touch to flick it out wide. One back by Tessman. Bezic helps it on to Hinojosa. Hoist it towards the top of the box. Tessman brings it down, and it was poked away by Lemkool. Forward for Horton, working 1-on-2, and Carrera comes across. Berhalter spins away. Waits for Hall to join the attack. Hall galloping into space. Now flights it to the back post. Burns clears it only as far as Chifamba. His shot is charged down. Samways has time to set up a cross. And that one blocked by Sealy. And Sealy could be off. It's a 2-on-2 if Sealy can hurry. Samways trying to get back. Sealy threads it through. It's Gomez! Great save by Hansen. Gomez spins back with it. Top of the box for Tessman, and he lets fly. But that shot always skewing away from goal. Great work from Mitchell Hansen coming off his line. And Tessman has been so good at sliding the ball through for players. As Mitchell Hansen came out, made himself as big as possible, and cut down the angle to great effect. Great job by Gomez not to give up on it, though. Got it to Tessman at the top of the box. Just didn't wrap his foot around it. Gomez has been the most dangerous player for FC Dallas in terms of that final product, but they haven't found it yet, as we're still 0-0 heading into the final 10-plus minutes of this first half. The other game in this group is being played between Chargers SC and the LA Galaxy. All group matches will be played simultaneously. In fact, on the final day, the group matches will be played side by side. Burns with another important intervention. This time it's the expense of a corner kick, first of the game for either side, and it falls the way of Crew. It's Berhalter coming over to take. Correction, actually, it's the second corner kick of the game. go back as Berhalter was coming in. I remember how good his service was the first time around, leading to a header that was cleared off the line at the near post. Can he do it again? It's another dangerous ball in. It's Wolf who got to it first. Berhalter flights it to the back post, but the header right into the arms of Collodi off the bounce. And look at that for a piece of distribution from Collodi. Sealy steps inside of Hall. Rolls it into the path of Hernandez. Over the top for Gomez in a foot race with Lemkool. Gomez gets there first. Gets by Lemkool. It's Gomez! They're getting closer and closer, FC Dallas, but still have been unable to find the breakthrough. Great counterattack, though, from FC Dallas. Defense to attack in the blink of an eye, and it all started with great distribution from Collodi, punting it right to the feet of Sealy at midfield, and then there's the chance. And if that gone in, it would have been a beauty from Gomez. Showed the strength and the composure to muscle off Lemkool, and then almost finished with a dipping ball. Landed just on the wrong side of the post from an FC Dallas point of view. Well, that's a free kick as Carrera steps in. Well, getting back to these playoff games, in the first 2 rounds, the games will be played on fields that are far away from each other so that you can't just turn and scout. But the final game, the fields will be side by side. At least that's my understanding of it. Sealy tried to smuggle it through, but it was cut out by the center back. Berhalter wins a free kick off of Sealy. Berhalter, the son, of course, of Greg Berhalter. Sebastian Berhalter represented the U.S. at the U-16 level last year. This really has the instinct for the killer pass, and we've seen that on a few occasions from Sebastian Berhalter in this game. Each time he's done it, though, Judson Burns has been there to make a last-ditch tackle for FC Dallas. You can understand with him and Carrera at the back why they've only given up 14 goals this season. 15 shutouts as well. That's over half the games played. They've kept the other team off the board. Tessman shows his strength. Well read by Chifamba. Well, correction, it's Hall. And Hall's gotten all the way forward here. Hall into the channel for Wolf. Trying to get it back to Berhalter. The ball lacked a bit of pace, and Burns was able to get there first. Sealy looking up, assessing his options. Rides the challenge from Lemkool. Flights it to the far side for Tessman. Tessman. Samway squared up to him and forced it back. It's Tessman against Samways again, and this time Samways wins out at the expense of a throw-in. Talked about the fact that Will Trapp and other crew players will not only come and watch academy matches, but they'll get into the huddle with these crew SC Academy players before the game and give them advice. Head coach Andreas Engelmark said it's so important for these players not only to be around the first team and have opportunities to train with them, not only because it's close and it shows them how close they are and it's something that's tangible, but even though it shows them how close they are and it's something that they can in fact grab, it also shows them how much work they really have to do and what they need to do in order to make it to that level. And that's something invaluable when you get that experience firsthand. It's similar in the FC Dallas systems. the way it's been in the last few years for FC Dallas is the entirety of the 18-19s will have a chance at some point to train with the first team. And well, 16-17s can train with the first team. Luchi Gonzalez and his coaching staff make sure that they all at least train up with the 17-18s, or in this case, the 18-19s. As Celia whistled for the foul. And is told quickly to get away from the ball and given a stern warning from head referee Jonathan Sowers, who says no more. FC Dallas Academy has not only produced 22 homegrown players, but around 50 academy players have represented the U.S., Mexico, and Canada at the youth level. Kellen Acosta, the first FC Dallas homegrown player to play for the full U.S. men's national team. Horton spins. He's brought to ground by Burns. So it'll be a free kick for the Crew inside the final 4 minutes of first half regulation, plus whatever stoppage time deemed necessary by that man. Horton's been quiet, but he's been dangerous those times he has gotten on the ball. So this is Berhalter coming back to receive. Looking to pull the strings in midfield for Crew SC. Marusik. Off to Lemkool. Lemkool playing in the number 6 position for the Crew SC this afternoon. Clipped in by Berhalter. Hall made the run a little too late. A battle of the 51s. And Hall will win it by way of throw-in. Hall. Berhalter. Spins away from Sealy. The Crew will hit the reset button in the 43rd minute. Not the worst idea to bring the ball back. You don't want to do it every time, but when things are so tight and compact, when you bring the ball back and go again, by forcing the other team to come out, it begins to open up that space behind them. And this time the results in a free kick from a very dangerous position at the top of the FC Dallas box. Will we see something directly on goal from Sebastian Berhalter? Collodi setting up his wall. It's a 5-man wall from Michael Collodi. It's Berhalter. What a save from Collodi. And it remains 0-0 thanks to their elastic keeper. That ball looked destined for the far corner. Now going the other way is Redzic. Has Sealy ahead of him. Redzic elects to go at it alone. Is Redzic. And coming across, and crucially so, was David Beattie. A great save at one end, almost led to a goal at the other. Instead, it's the first corner kick of the game for FC Dallas. Held chances at both ends in the space of 15 seconds. And once again, that counterattack was started off the beautiful distribution of Michael Collodi. As this one gets caught up in the wind, but in the end, it's catching practice for Hansen. Wind really beginning to swirl around in Oceanside. Coming off, of course, the ocean. Hall. Wolf. Throwing Crew SC inside the final minute of the first half. Can't imagine there'd be much stoppage time in this one. A minute, if any. Cheeky from Wolf. Crowell over the top, looking for the run of Wolf. Hinojosa will tap it back to his keeper. And this time it was safety first from Collodi. It's the U-16 international to take the throw-in. Redzic. Gomez was offside, so Redzic has the play back into the center. Hernandez will get it out wide for Bonilla. Bonilla for Sealy. Bonilla continued his run. Sealy found him. Bonilla's cross. Well, it's tigerish work from Bonilla. And there'll be a goal kick for Crew. Let's take a look. Perfectly placed free kick, but the save from Collodi is magnificent. Full stretch to deny Berhalter what would have been a highlight reel, and then it led to this opportunity. Redzic squared up, and right as he was about to try and find the far corner, it was Beattie who came across to make the important block. Well, they're still sorting out how to work the board for the fourth official, and as all this has gone on, a minute has elapsed. Perhaps the keeper handled the ball outside the box. Either way, he's in trouble. Scrambled clear by Crew. Redzic goes down, but the referee will call for halftime. Well, chances at both ends, and yet somehow, thanks to some tremendous defending from Crew SC and tremendous goalkeeping from Michael Collodi, it's 0-0 after 45 minutes. We're going to step aside here on US Soccer DA, but we'll be back with you for the second half action. At the first half break, it's FC Dallas 0, Crew SC 0. Getting ready for the final 45 minutes between FC Dallas and Crew SC. 0-0 between these MLS clubs. FC Dallas coming in the number 1 seed with the best record in the Development Academy. Crew side got the 5th wild card for the 26th seed, but they are going toe-to-toe with FC Dallas at the moment, and they will get us underway for the second half. LA Galaxy and Chargers rounding out Group F. Their match heading into the second half as we speak as well. Crew SC's 18-19s played their first playoff game yesterday, drawing 1-1 with Sporting Kansas City. A group that also involves Kendall SC and the New York Red Bulls. Crew has had their opportunities to score in this game. As Crawl and tried to be too fancy with the back heel when perhaps he could have had a crack on goal. And the ball stays with Crew via Samways. Anthony Samways out of Loveland, Ohio. This ball comes all the way back to Hansen. He made a real big save on a Johan Gomez breakaway. Both goalkeepers have been stellar this afternoon. That's a big reason why we're at 0-0 in the 47th minute. This one going the way of FC Dallas. Esquino Josa to take the throw-in. No substitutions for either side at halftime. So the same 22 players out to start this second half. Great work from Lemkool to fight his way through. Now Lemkool unable to wave his way through midfield. Tessman turns. Bonilla gets involved. And Bonilla will hold it back and get it back to Diego Letef. Off for Hernandez. Gets it over to Carrera on the far side. Redic comes back to receive it, and he'll get it out wide. The cross comes in, cleared away by Marusic. Crew wanted to break forward, but it was 1-on-6. A great job to get bodies behind the ball. However, Horton has found a way through. Horton has 2 players to get on the end of it. Now 3-4 coming in, but it's won back by FC Dallas. So it was a great job by Horton to break the line, get through, and then hold it up and wait for the rest of the Crew to join him. However, they were unable to do anything with it once they got into position. But they'll keep the ball in the attacking half. So Noah Hall will take this throw-in. Off for Chifamba. Has a chance to get in the cross. Loops it in for Horton, and it's just over his head. And Sealy allows Samways to get in behind him. Sealy gets back just in time. And forward come FC Dallas. Can they break? Bonilla clips it into the path of Gomez, and Beatty missed it. But there to mop up for him was Marusic. Corral had a chance at the top of the box, but he tried to pass it rather than shoot. Now work to do on the defensive end in the 49th minute. Crew trying to do something only one team has been able to do all year, and that's keep FC Dallas off the scoreboard. It was Sporting Kansas City, who we're actually going to see next here on USSoccerDA.com, who played FC Dallas to a 0-0 draw all the way back on April 29th. So a throw-in for Kevin Bonilla. He's been with FC Dallas for 8 years now, Kevin Bonilla. Was unable to find Sealy inside. Tessman's chasing as this one comes back to Hansen. And he'll play it inside for Chifamba. His first game for the 16-17's Chifamba. He gives this one away, and it's Tessman at the top of the box. Leaves it off for Hernandez. Shows his strength to shield the ball and get it out for Redzic. Redzic turns, has space for the cross, plays it in, and Hansen dives on it and got there in time to keep it from rolling over the end line. So neither side able to assert themselves in the first 5 minutes of the second half in what's been a really seesaw affair. Both teams have had chances, but you wouldn't say one team's really dominated over the other throughout the course of this match. Tessman puts it up. Far side, Hinojosa has a go. That one blocked. And sprayed forward. It's Horton in a foot race with Burns. Burns gets back and squares up to him. Good hold-up play from Horton once again, but stepping in is Hinojosa. And now Hinojosa will seize on this loose ball and get it back. Apologies, it was Carrera with the good work. And this is Tessman. Tanner Tessman will get it back. And Carrera will get it out to Burns. Both center backs have made important tackles for FC Dallas. Side that has 15 shutouts in their 25 games so far this season. Bonilla steps inside and gives it off to Tessman. He turns and sprays it into the path of Redzic on the far. He's in a foot race with Hall, who gets there first and hooks it clear. Redzic. Bonilla called for it. Redzic obliged. He'll swing it to the near side. Oh, what a touch that is from Sealy. And Samways feels that he should get a call. And it will be a free kick, as Sealy was clipped by Samways as he lifted that ball around him. What a little piece of invention that was from Dante Sealy. Just look at this for a touch. That's magic. And then clipped as he was trying to get on the end of that pass for himself. And now it's Sealy who's over this free kick. Getting ready to send it into the melting pot. Played it on the ground again. That's the second time Sealy's done that with his free kick. Perhaps the first time it was. This time I don't think it was by design, and I'm pretty sure now, as you can see Sealy's reaction, frustrated with himself. But he's been solid in this game so far. Bonilla. Tried to get it to Tessman. Good strength from Lemkool. Burns stepped inside of Horton. Letef was able to guide it out wide, but it's won back by the crew. Stepping in is Carrera. Redzic. Played outside. And good defending from Noah Hall once again. It's a good sustained period of pressure from FC Dallas. Still, however, been frustrated by a very organized crew defense. Lemkool's clearance only as far as Tessman saunters forward and has a go right into the arms of Mitchell Hansen. Well, it was a good job from Tessman. And sorted it out so that he could have that shot, but it was right into the breadbasket of the keeper. Bonilla. Burns will roll it back to his keeper. Clody hasn't really seen anything inside the first 10 minutes of the second half. It's Columbus Crew preparing their first substitution. It's Michael Wampler who's getting set to check in. Lovely skill from Redzic. And it's opened up the space on the far side. Sealy's coming in at the back post, but intercepting is Beatty. Thumps it forward. And a great header by Latif to get the ball back for FC Dallas. Not only did he win it with that header, but he made sure that it was directed back to Burns. Hernandez. Bonilla's forward again. And it's into the channel for Redzic. Samways gets it off his foot. Good work from Samways in tight spaces once again. This time, though, he is dislodged from the ball, and Bonilla wins the free kick. It's a good fight from Bonilla, who tried to bulldoze his way through. And in the end, wins a chance for a free cross for FC Dallas. Let's see, he pushed it by, but couldn't get through Samways. Didn't feel he should have been whistled for the foul on that occasion. Can Sealy get this one off the ground? He can. It's a good ball whipped in with pace. Bypasses everyone and curls out of bounds. Well, that was better from Dante Sealy. So we will have the substitution. And coming off is Parker Crowell, and he'll be replaced by Monko Wampler, who makes his 21st appearance of the season. 8 goals on the season for Wampler. He's very good at playing in the pocket and good at combining with his other forwards and midfielders as well. So a straight swap for Andreas Engelmark's side. The Swede who joined in November from one of the top youth academies in his native country. 4 players playing at the World Cup for Sweden right now in Russia came through the youth academy when Andreas Engelmark was there. Said it's a source of great pride for him. Loves to see his players succeed and make it to the next level, and said that's what really drives him as a coach. As Berhalter spins away from Tessman, looking to go over the top of the FC Dallas back line, and they almost did. Great touch from Hernandez to get it out wide. Now forward for Latif, who shows his strength. Well, Chifamba was spun around. Check that Horton rather, and now they'll bring it back. No, they won't. Whistle came from another field. Hernandez assessing his options. Wampler with the interception. Lemkool. Redzic held up, wanted somebody to make that run into the channel. Sealy came a bit too late, but FC Dallas will keep the ball. And they'll rebuild through Burns. Hernandez comes back for it. He's given the keys as that link-up player between defense and attack. As the center backs get wide, he'll drop in to receive that ball in the center and start the attack for FC Dallas. And now Sealy electrifying on the dribble. And good distribution too. It's played across, and Redzic sees the offside flag against him. Selma Perez adjudging Redzic to be offside as that ball came across. Selma Perez, a referee in the United Soccer League, acting as the assistant referee today, AR1, from right here in the Cal South Federation. Berhalter. Chifamba. Hall. Strong challenge from Hall. He goes down. And the Crew bench is up in arms. They thought that should have been a free kick. Instead, it'll just be a goal kick from Michael Colodi. Bonilla. Lovely ball with the outside of his foot into the path of Sealy. Sealy skipped by one but couldn't get by two. Chifamba. And Hernandez and Sealy ran into each other. And it will go out for a throw-in for Crew SC. Past the hour mark in Oceanside, still 0-0 between FC Dallas and Crew SC. Both sides have had their chances. Both keepers have come up big. Sealy has some space. Well, that hit off his hand. Referee says play on. Sealy still with it. Likes to have a go in this run right down the goalkeeper's corridor. Nice piece of distribution from Hampson to Samways. Gets it off for Lemkool. Able to get it forward at the second time of asking. Horton has three players ahead of him. Slides it over for Wolf. Wolf! Shot always rising. It remains 0-0, but a great attack. And once again, it starts on the foot of the keeper. And it's his distribution that opens things up. We've seen it from Colodi, and now we see it from Mitchell Hansen in the Crew SC goal. Wolf, 13 goals on the seasons with both the 15s and the 16-17s total. Knows that that could have very well been number 14 had he been able to keep his shot on frame. Sealy wins the header. Beatty got the second one. One back by Wampler. This is Chifamba. Spins away from one. Had to spin the other way from two. But it's one back by Redzic. Redzic bearing down on the Crew goal. It's Redzic. Side netting. That was a good solo effort from Redzic. Just unable to finish it off at the final time of asking. That little touch and the burst of speed to get by Marusek, and the shot beat the keeper, but it beat the near post as well. Samways has been so impressive as one of these Crews players who's playing up in age groups. Hoisted in. Oh. Every time it hits off a head and goes backwards, there's always that danger of an own goal. Instead, it's just going to be a corner kick, second of the game for FC Dallas. Be an in-swinger from the far side. Plenty of players to pick out in the box. Headed by Beatty, only as far as Carrera. And almost dangerously looped over Hansen, but able to secure it in the end. Hansen did well to deal with an awkward ball back to him. Samway's clearance. Chifamba rolls it forward for Wampler. Take a look at the corner kick again. It was sung in well. Beatty got the first header, but it fell finally for Carrera and coming over, and it took a deflection on the cross and was awkward for Hansen, but he dealt with it calmly. So Wolf gets it forward, and it'll be a throw-in for FC Dallas. Substitutes are being summoned for FC Dallas. Crew SC is also preparing a change. Tessman. Still Tessman. Sealy. It's the overlap from Bonilla. He cuts it back. And Lemkool will clear for the Crew. It's Wolf to run on the far side. He has his pocket picked. Latef gets it back out wide. Sent in, cleared away by Marusic. That's a good ball, and it's a free header. It falls for Sealy. Drags his shot wide as the angle was cut down by Hansen. We should have a stoppage here if the referee's ready to bring on the sub. And there goes the whistle. And it's Horton who's going to come out. And coming in for him is Sam Sarver. So Horton, so dangerous when he was on the ball. He is replaced by Sarver, 2003, who had 22 goals in 17 games for the U15s. The U15 International is so good at getting in behind players, and that's exactly what Crew SC needs, especially as they'll look to hit on the break in these final 22 plus minutes. Lifted in. Tremendous defending on the far side from Noah Hall. It's been wonderful today, Hall. Has to do more here. One back by Lemkool. Man committed to play at Cornell. Gets it forward. Wampler is able to get there before Bonilla. It's the first look of the day for Sarver. Sarver bombing forward. Has to spin back with it. Sarver, another player playing his first game for the playing his fourth game rather for the 16-17s. Now Luchi Gonzalez getting set to prepare his first substitution of the afternoon. It's going to be Cesar Garcia to come in. Well, and in fact, Luchi Gonzalez said, let play go on a little bit. So now they're going to have the throw-in, and Cesar Garcia is going to have to wait. So the substitution not made yet, and FC Dallas play on in the 70th minute. Berhalter. Sarver motoring forward. He's stolen in between the center backs, but the shot is right at Collodi. Bonilla to bring it the other way for FC Dallas. Samway steps in. Burns will get it back to his keeper. Here's the whistle. And FC Dallas will take it before the substitution can be made. And Garcia off the camera just threw his hands up like, when am I going to get into this match? Meanwhile, you can see how that speed and pace of Sarver coming in up top has begun to stretch this FC Dallas defense as they win a free kick in midfield. And now the substitution will occur for FC Dallas. As Cesar Garcia comes in for Diego Letef. Garcia making his 20th appearance in his second season in the Development Academy for FC Dallas. And his first order of business will be to defend. Might have to deal with a cross here. It's Hall. It's beyond Collodi. A player goes down in the box. The crew bench wants it. They're not going to get it, but they will get a corner kick. Third of the game for the Ohio side. Let's see if that no call. Well, there was contact. Not enough for the referee to point to the spot. It was another pinpoint cross from Hall, and Bonilla saying, let's just get it out of here. As the cross comes in, allowed to bounce in the box. It's Lemkool to hit it. And if that didn't hit off of, believe, Berhalter, that might have been arrowing towards goal. It was hit cleanly from Lemkool. He struck it sweetly, but in the end, the deflection, unfortunate, as it went off of the substitute Sarver. This is Burns. Garcia gets his first touch. A good combination to open things up for Bonilla. That one a bit too much mustard on it for Tessman. And now Burns has to get back with two players bearing down on him. Tessman over the top. But this one will roll all the way through for Hansen, who takes it at the top of his area. This is Beatty. Haven't said his name too much today, but when you say that about a center back, it means he's doing his job. Berhalter. Lemkool. Another substitute getting set to check in for FC Dallas. And it's Rodriguez who will be the next to enter the fray. For the moment, it's the crew who are attacking. Chifamba. Noah Hall. Chifamba continued his run. Hall elected to go inside. Sarver gets it. Rolls it across the top of the box. It's open up for Berhalter. And it's Collodi with another save at full stretch. Collodi showing his elasticity once again. He read it all the way, but still had a lot of work to do. And now at the other end, it's Sealy. Sealy can't get it by Hansen. Well, Sealy's had his opportunities today, but he's been frustrated by Hansen. And took a knock there from Sealy as he was going for that second ball. Well, it's one of those where you just wonder if Sealy could have rolled that back across goal with the keeper all the way out. And Hansen looks to be in some real distress. So We get a little break as we head into the final 15 minutes. Still 0-0, but this has been an excellent match. Really fun to watch. Really well played by both sides, both technically and tactically. Both teams sticking to their game plan. Both teams have had their opportunities. Sealy has had multiple opportunities. At the other end, Collodi has made some huge saves to deny Berhalter, first off a free kick in the first half, and then just moments ago on a curler from the top of the box in the second. So here's that opportunity from Sealy. Now look at how Hansen's out of his goal, and he tries to go with his left foot when with his right he could have dragged that back across the face of goal maybe. And then Hansen going for it. And that contact from Sealy causing him some issues. Hansen has matched Collodi save for save in the crew net. And just look at the unity from the crew. Arms around each other, getting some water, talking things out. FC Dallas doing the exact same thing, but with Lucci Gonzalez at their bench is another angle of that chance. And there were players in the middle to get on the end of a cross from Sealy. Perhaps being a bit too harsh. You love strikers that only have eyes for goal, and that's Dante Sealy for sure. Well, it's good to see that Hansen's okay. Not sure exactly what it was that was giving him an issue. Goalkeeper, for obvious reasons, the only player that doesn't have to come off when the training staff comes on to check on him. As Tessman's day is done and in enters Rodriguez. And Tessman was so good getting the ball in the middle and looking for those slide rule passes to break the back line of Crew SC. Did put players in alone on goal, but they were the ones who were unable to finish. Garcia wins it back. Hernandez lays it off for Judson Burns. He'll guide it out wide for Rodriguez's first touch. Rodriguez into Redzic. Back into the path of Rodriguez. Corner kick for FC Dallas. FC Dallas games broadcast locally by Mark Followill. One of the best soccer commentators in the country. In fact, he's doing the World Cup for Fox right now. A big shout out to him. Not only a great commentator, but a wonderful person as well. Sealy needs to get the service right on this corner kick. Sealy across. Rodriguez tried to head it back across, but it was blocked and cleared out only as far as Hinojosa. Misplays it at the first time of asking, and we'll have to get it back to Collodi. Collodi just as good with the ball at his feet as he is at diving full stretch. And it swung all the way over to Sealy. Sealy has a step on Samway. It's Sealy. This time he does play it across, but it's cleared away by Beattie. Bonilla steps in. And that cross was overcooked, but it doesn't matter as the offside flag goes up from Selma Perez. Bonilla has done so well jumping into the attack this afternoon. Well, I can't tell you for who, but I can tell you that this game deserves a goal for the way it's been played. Berhalter trying to make it happen for Columbus. Plays it looking for Sarver, and coming off his line was Collodi. Chifamba wins the free kick for Crew SC. And it'll be a yellow card for Dante Sali. So Sealy, just the second player to go into Jonathan Sauer's book this afternoon. Really has liked his willingness to get back and help out on the defensive end, but this time he did come in from behind Sealy. It was good shielding from Chifamba as well to warrant the yellow card. Sealy skies to win the header for FC Dallas. The player goes down, but getting on the loose ball is Gomez. Coming across was Hall all the way from his right back position to make that clearance. Super defending from Noah Hall. Now the third change of the game for Luchi Gonzalez men. And it is Sealy whose number's up. And now coming on for the final 10 minutes is Pepe. Bonilla wanted a handball, is not going to get it. Continuing to hassle and harry the crew as they try to get out of the back. And they're able to do it through Samways. Excellent work from Samways, rides the challenge from Garcia and wins the free kick for Crew SC. This is Beatty. Too far in front of Samways. And FC Dallas will get the ball back. Forward, Rodriguez has gotten him behind. Rodriguez was trying to slide it through. Still going Rodriguez. Rodriguez, he's a one-man wrecking crew, and he's able to keep it for FC Dallas. Back for Bonilla, shaping up to cross, and deceptively gets it into Rodriguez. Disguised it nicely, Bonilla. Now he gets it, Bonilla. Tried to slide it across, but it was well read by Beatty, and Beatty will clear. Only as far as Hernandez. Hits it off of Berhalter and wins another throw-in in the 82nd minute. Beautiful one-touch passing to open it up for Pepe, who wins the corner kick for FC Dallas. Fourth of the game for the Texans side. The in-swinger doesn't beat the defender at the near post. Always got to clear that first man. Afterwards, anything can happen. It's Rodriguez this time unable to fight his way through the double team, but somehow able to win the ball back. Garcia. Love the tenacity of Rodriguez. And here he goes again. Sarver. It wasn't a bad idea, but a bit ambitious, looking for Wolf. Colodi gets it out wide. Knotted along by Carrera, gets forward. Bought down by Garcia. Cesar Garcia working one-on-one against Wampler. This one hanging up in the air. Berhalter has space to turn. Forward for Wolf. Sarver ahead of him. Gets it forward. Has Wampler on the far side. Sarver running 1-on-3. Wins the free kick. Oh, it's a needless foul from FC Dallas. Need to know the situation and know that you have numbers up. And even if you're beat, there were two players facing up to him. Not only is it a free kick for the crew in a dangerous area, in terms of the ability to serve the ball in, but it allows the crew to get as many players forward as they want, including the cavalry from the back. As both Beatty and Marusik are up for this free kick. All 11 players behind the ball for FC Dallas. Swung in, top of the box. And the header went backwards, but it allows Colodi to collect. And there's that distribution from Colodi again. Redzic able to track it down on the far side. One back by Noah Hall. It's been a titan at the back today. He's been just as good going forward as he has been defending as well. Into the final 5 minutes of regulation. The Crew not only just 5 minutes away from becoming only the second team to keep FC Dallas scoreless, but could they possibly get the goal that would give them the victory and FC Dallas just a second loss this year? Carrera in a foot race with Sarver. Had the angle on him. Clears it only as far as Chifamba. He's able to hook it out wide. Toss forward for Rodriguez, working 2-on-2. Rodriguez gliding through the midfield. Sends it to the far side. That's a beautiful spin. It's played across. Can Rodriguez get on the end of it? He's taken out wide by Wampler. Great defending from Wampler. Bonilla hoisted in. And the header pushed over the crossbar by Hansen. Hansen has frustrated this FC Dallas offense time after time after time. As that header looked goalward, but Hansen had other ideas. Bonilla gets around Berhalter. He clips it across. The header sent back in, takes a deflection, and will roll out of bounds for a goal kick. This is an FC Dallas side that always believes they're going to score. They won their last game of the regular season with a 90th minute goal, and they're looking for one here. But if Hansen continues to be in this sort of form, it may not happen for them today. So they're going to have to redo this one again. The goal kick didn't go out of the box. '88th minute. This match has been evenly played. And poked away by Samways. Redzic. Stabbed forward for Chifamba. Off to Berhalter. Carrera loops it the other way. The free kick will go the way of FC Dallas inside the final 2 minutes. They tried to play quickly, and in the end it was rather forced. FC Dallas managed to keep it. Near side Rodriguez has Bonilla going in. Rodriguez to take it himself. Hansen was well stationed. Rolled out for Beattie. Thumped forward. Burns is there. His header unable to find the foot of an FC Dallas attacker. Final minute and 15 seconds of regulation. Wampler. Forward for Sarver. He has the beating of Burns. It's Sarver, and Burns recovered. Sarver showing his ability to get in behind, but Burns showing his recovery speed. Took the right angle, and that last touch from Sarver showing just too much of the ball, allowing Burns to make that challenge, but he had to get it absolutely right, especially in the box when anything else, the referee's going to point to the spot. So this ball doesn't beat the defender at the near post, but it will be another corner kick for the Crew SC. Can the Crew steal all 3 points late on their 5th corner kick of the match? It'll be another in-swinger. And once again, it doesn't beat that defender at the near post. FC Dallas looking to break as we're into stoppage time. 3 minutes added on by the referee, and Redzic will be called for the push. Hall will take the free kick. Sarver won the first header. Garcia wins the second ball. And Wolf not allowing FC Dallas to pump the ball forward. One back by Crew. Sarver chasing. And Carrera's there to mop up for FC Dallas. Gets it back to Collodi. One back by Wampler. Burns steps in. The cry from Luchi Gonzalez is forward, forward. That's exactly what Bonilla's trying to do, but Wampler won't allow him. Wins it back for Crew. And Chifamba will guide it back to Beatty, who will find his keeper, Hansen. Beatty turns away from the challenge of Redzic. Clearance, however, blocked by Rodriguez. Falls back to Rodriguez, and it's won by Redzic. Samway steps in. And the break could be on. It's 3-on-2 if Wampler can hurry. Bonilla's getting back. Wampler cuts inside. Wampler, Chifamba, Berhalter. Samway's jumping into the attack. Samways waits for the overlap and leaves it off for Berhalter. It's Berhalter to the end line. He sends it across, and there's no one at the back post. But the service falls right for Sarver. Sarver scores! His first goal for the 16-17s, and it's priceless as it gives the Crew all 3 points over the number 1 seeded FC Dallas deep into stoppage time. Joyous scenes in Oceanside for Crew SC Academy. Collodi's been sensational all afternoon, this time left for dead. Sarver looked like he had fluffed his lines with the first touch, but he was able to recover and slide it beyond the onrushing keeper. Missed it with the volley, but it fell kindly for him, and Sarver was never going to miss with the second opportunity. And the man, so lethal for the 15s, has won the match for the 16-17s. 23rd goal of the season for Crew SC. The U-15 International coming up huge for the 16-17s. Can FC Dallas find the equalizer? Have to get the ball into the box. Clipped out wide for Rodriguez. It's Bonilla. And he hoisted and Hansen's out, and he's a boss in his area. And that should do it. You can bet Hansen's going to take all 6 seconds. Smashes it downfield, and still we play. And now it's a 3-on-1. It's Wolf. Sarver trying to stay onside. Wolf driving. Sarver, and the offside flag goes up. Collodi wants to take it quickly. The 26th seed Crew SC has beaten the reigning Academy regular season champions FC Dallas. Astonishing result. They went toe for toe, and in the end, they were the ones who were able to land the knockout blow. What a tremendous match played by Crew SC Academy. And these FC Dallas players devastated. They had their chances, were unable to take them, but in the end, it was Samuel Sarver for Crew SC who was able to take his. An astonishing result in Oceanside. It's Crew SC who get group off to a rousing result with the upset, 1-0 over FC Dallas. I'll take a breath, but do not leave us, as we will be back with you at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific for Pateadores versus Sporting Kansas City. But for now, it's the number 26 seed, Crew SC, who spring the upset with a 93rd minute goal from Samuel Sarver, 1-0 over FC Dallas. We'll be back with you shortly for Pateadores versus Sporting Kansas City.